This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to Community Close-Up. I'm your host, Sharen Skelly, and today our guest is Brendan Mulroy. And Brendan is the president of the Owen Field Naturalists. Welcome.
Thank you, Sharon. Nice to be here.
The Owen Field Naturalists have been in existence, I believe, since 1989, and that's quite a long time. How long have you been a member?
Since 2019, so I'm a relatively new member.
You're relatively new. What got you involved in it? You're a busy fellow. What got you involved in this?
Well, I have been busy, but my life is slowing down. So I'm inching towards retirement, and I was looking for areas that I could become involved in or interests I could pursue. The Field Naturalists was one of them that appealed to me. So my wife and I decided to join the club back in 2019, and then I got asked to join the board, and here I am, president now.
Yeah, they always ask you to, would you like to help out? And then you end up, I wanted a nice quiet retirement, and now I'm the president of the board. But, we do have to, give back, as I always say, and president of the board is quite, that's quite giving back. But I read you have about 300 members. That's a lot of people.
Oh, that must have been a misfigure. I know we were just below 200 at Christmas. The last figure I saw was 219.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they're counting the number of children who've joined the Young Nats activities. That might push us up there further, yeah.
Yeah, that must have included, because you do have a subgroup called the Young Field Naturalists, and Jody Johnson Pettit, she's involved in that, which is really great, knowing that you have in getting children involved in the nature and getting them out and interested in that, getting them off the computer games.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Jody has done a wonderful job. So each month she organizes an activity, and they take the kids out. And they do various adventures, going out to see, a wetland. I think the kids really enjoy pond exploration. They'll visit a forest or a geologic site. The kids are involved. And as you say, it's something we want to promote. We also sponsor a couple of high school scholarships for high school students who have shown an interest in nature and the environment. We sponsor a couple of kids each year. So again, they would be high school students going to the Ontario Youth Summit. So that's held each fall. So again, just trying to get younger people more aware and involved in the natural world.
It's interesting when you take the time and actually go, say, to a pond, and take the time to look at a pond. I'm remembering my university limnology, zoology, that sort of thing. There is so much going on in a little pond. If we just take the time to look at it. And I'm sure this is what you spend your time with the field naturalists doing. And we have the greatest environment around here. I mean, you've got the Oliphant Fens, you've got, out at Hebrew, you've got, just everywhere around here to go and look at. There's so much going on.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
We've got a wealth around here.
Yeah, it's a gold mine.
It is. It really is. And of course, we've got a beach is not just a place to go and lie and get some sun. I mean, the dunes, we hear so much about the dunes, but, you must just, I don't know. Do you ever go out and look at the dunes?
Well, yes, we actually act as stewards for various properties. So there is a property a little bit back from the actual beach area called the Sauble Dunes. And I've never been there, but I am scheduled to go. Ontario Nature wants to do a so-called Bio Blitz at the end of May. I think it's the May 27th, 28th or 28th, 29th weekend. So that's really the only time that that piece of property is open for people to come out and have a walk around. Otherwise, it's such a sensitive area that they are trying to preserve it by limiting access to it. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting there.
Yeah, the dunes are amazing. Of course, now they're disappearing, and it's sad. I lived out at Sauble for a very long time, and it's tragic what's happened to the dunes. But I'm glad you're going to see them. So tell me, I looked at the website, and you have all these great events that happen. Tell me about a few of them that are coming up.
Ooh, you got me there.
Well,
each month we sponsor a members meeting, which involves a presentation. So it's the second Thursday of each month. They're now held at the Bay Shore because the club was really outgrew its original meeting place at the Owen Sound Library. And then with COVID, we were entirely presenting via Zoom, but we've now gone to hybrid meetings. So if people are comfortable coming to the Bay Shore, by all means, but I'd say we still are having 25, 30, some nights even 50 people attending via Zoom. So it's an easy access. You don't have to drive in the wintertime. Some people are telling me they're sitting at home enjoying a glass of beer or wine with the presentation, which, whatever they enjoy. And those meetings are open to the general public as well. It's not just a membership. So anyone in the public who spots the meeting going on and would like to attend, they're welcome. There's no fee to join. Certainly a donation to the club is welcomed, but yeah, they can walk in free of charge if they so wish. So as far as the topics go, prior to Christmas, we had a wonderful presentation from a young woman who lives in Chatsworth, but had a big, interest in penguins. And she had done research on the rockhopper penguin down in Antarctica. So she presented that.
Wow.
Yeah. We had a presentation from Walter Muma on the spring flowers at a park in the States. I'm just going to have to try and hunt that down. There's Great Smoky Mountains. Then a young member, Kaya Jasper, presented in February on his big birding year. So he set the record.
Oh, right. Yes.
For the most number of birds seen in the province. Yeah,
he was featured in a lot of papers, and yeah.
Yeah, and rightly so.
It was quite a
tremendous achievement.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
And I see you've got some coming up. I pulled it up here. Salamanders with Don Scallon. Wonder what he's going to talk about.
Yeah. So that will be coming up a week from this Thursday, April 13th. Again, I don't have much in a botany background, so I'm certainly eager to hear, or rather, whatever he can present to us. And then I believe the May meeting is for wasps.
Yeah, the wasps we love and the wasps we detest. Well, that one will be good. I like that. But you've got one coming up, Springtime Hogs Falls Tour with Lila Fedor. And then you've got Celebrating Earth Day with keynote speaker Lenora Kishig.
You're right. So again, so they're outside of the actual formal meetings.
Yeah.
So the club also sponsors so-called outings, which through the winter might be down to just 1 or 2 outings per month. But by this time of year, yeah, it starts to ramp up, and there can be 2, 3, 4 outings each month on the go. I know there was a birding expedition in the Beaver Valley this past weekend. And absolutely, you know, again, our motto about knowing nature better, you know, we don't want to just meet in a classroom. It's also getting out there. And as you were saying earlier, you know, enjoying the quiet of a wetland area, or going out to see a river, a waterfall, a forest. And of course, Earth Day is coming up. So that's a big celebration, April 22nd.
Yeah.
Now we're a participant in that. There is a group unto themselves, the Earth Day Grey Bruce, who are really running the show. That's on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday is the meeting going to be held at the Chichimon with Lenore Kishig.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, now that should be a hot ticket item. You will need tickets to go to that. So I don't know how sales have gone, but I think it would, by this time, it may be hard to get tickets for that.
Now, you also have a newsletter. You have a monthly newsletter. It says here, you have a monthly newsletter, Nature News or Nature Club News.
Yeah, so there's an e-herald, which is put out on a regular basis. And that's online accessible. And it'll have various articles put in by members, some wonderful photography that has been done.
Oh.
Yes. And then there's a hard copy, Hart's Tongue Herald, so-called. The Hart's Tongue is a fern which is unique to the Grey Bruce region. And so it now has become the name of the newsletter that's put out. And that's 4 times a year that the Hart's Tongue Herald comes out. And then the club, again, there's some very academic members, and the club has got into publications as well in various topics, and right now has been very active in some revised editions, just updating the vascular plant publication and the orchid publication.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, we've got all these orchids that are what are they? They're up in Tobermory, right?
You're right. Up through the Bruce Peninsula, you can encounter a number of orchids. So it's a wonderful activity to get involved in, and they will host a couple of walks to go out and see the orchids. So,
I mean, how lucky are we? I mean, it's just spectacular. So, are you funded by anyone, or is this just, you raise money and that's it? How do you fund your group?
Yeah, so funding really is from the memberships or donations made at the members' meetings if guests have come in. Over the years, the club has accumulated some monies which are in some savings accounts, but again, we're not a club designed to store money and increase our investments and pay dividends out. No, we want to put that money back into activities going on, the scholarships.
Right.
We will help with the purchase of certain properties, say when approached by Ontario Nature or the Escarpment Biosphere Group as well. There has been some activity in conjunction with the Bruce Trail Conservancy as well to acquire properties to allow people to get out on the trails,
for hiking.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. What is Ontario Nature?
So Ontario Nature, you pinned me down on it.
I will look it up.
Okay, so they're a group, sort of a higher level than us, with a mandate to try and promote interest in, but also preserve the wetlands, wildlands of Ontario.
Oh, okay.
And we work with them in our area.
All right. I understand there.
Mhm.
So if someone wanted to join, become a member, what do they do?
Well, you can do it online. If you look at the website,
Okay.
and there's a drop-down menu where you can fill out or I think you'd have to print off the membership form and bring it into a meeting. I don't think we're so slick that you can do it all online. So a family membership is $40 for the year, individual membership $25, and student members $15.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Mhm.
And if you wanted to, once you're a member, if you wanted to volunteer with the group, what kind of things are there to volunteer with? What kind of volunteer positions are there?
Well, joining the board would be one.
Joining the board and becoming president would be another.
Yeah. But if the person has, an interest, then yeah, we would encourage them to be the host on an outing. Say if they know a particular property.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
They can take people out to view the property,
Mhm.
and then that person can expound on the various features that might be seen, whether it's the trees in the forest or rock formation.
Right.
We had club members volunteer to help out with the upcoming Earth Day on April 22nd. So those are our activities again that the club gets involved in.
Mhm.
The other area, stewards for the properties that we act as stewards for in our sort of stewardship role. So that person then is expected to go to the property at least once, but preferred 2 or 3 times per year to walk through the property. Some simple thing is
Right.
to make sure that people are not littering. You do a little garbage pickup, perhaps. We certainly want to try and prevent people from going in and cutting down trees, that kind of thing. So, if we see something that we're not happy about, we will alert the authorities. So those are examples of some of the various volunteering activity you can become involved in.
And if anyone wanted to donate money.
We're happy to accept the monies. As I said earlier, we're not going to be investing it in the long term. We would hold that monies, and then if we get a request to help with a property purchase that the club deems worth doing, then that money would be part of the financial assistance given to again, the groups that come readily to mind, helping Ontario Nature purchase properties, or the Escarpment Biosphere Group as well.
Well, those are worthy purchases and worthy investments. So if they wanted to donate, just send you a check or go online. And is there a way to e-transfer?
It's interesting you bring that up. We've been talking about that at some of the board meetings. I think membership would like to start paying by e-transfer.
Yeah, I think you should have set that up because you'll get a lot of more money that way.
Yeah, I think, we're still a bit antiquated using PayPal, but again, that's been a tried and true method as well. But certainly, they can.
E-transfers, the younger folk like to do e-transfers. It's quick and easy, and it's done, and you'll get a lot of money that way.
Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, you will. And people will, people that are interested but maybe not be a member will say, hey, if they're looking to buy a little piece of property, or if they want to donate to the Biosphere Project, well, I'll just send them $50. That'd be nice. Or if it's Christmas time and they think people like to donate at Christmas time, send $50. So it's something to think about. You also have a YouTube channel. I know you put some things up on YouTube.
Okay. Again, you're on top of your game here. So another
Yeah,
member.
I saw you do some of your talks up on YouTube. So if you want to, you just go to YouTube and you can watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, so
So that's something too.
yeah.
And it's good for for kids that are wanting to learn about nature and stuff like that. And for parents who don't like their children watching a lot of TV, they can put it on YouTube and watch something like this.
Oh, you're absolutely right. So that's again thanks to our tech person or IT person, Brian Robin. So Brian, yeah, he'll record the talk each month, and then he'll post it, as you say, on the YouTube venues. Yeah, so it's another way to reach out to people.
And if Jody does anything with the kids that she'd like to record and put on YouTube, that'd be great, because kids at home would watch it.
There you are.
Better than watching TV. Well, like I have 3 little grandchildren at home here, and we'd like them to watch things like that and the zoo and stuff like that, rather than, we don't have like a cable. Well, I shouldn't say that because I'm here on Rogers TV, but we don't have television, right? So you don't want them watching junk TV. You want them watching something they're going to learn from, and I'd rather watch them learn something about nature and things like that, rather than.
Oh, I fully agree with you. Yeah, if there's any topic that we have that appeals to family, by all means, tap into.
Yeah,
it. No.
Yeah, that's stuff that. And now you said you have people giving talks. Well, if anyone is out there that has done a research paper at university or college that is something to do with that would apply to the Owen Sound Field Naturalists, that might be something that you could grab and have at one of your monthly meetings, that presentation.
Oh, yes. We're always on the lookout for, a presenter or an interesting topic. So another club member, John Dixon, he's always scouting around for those potential presenters. So, yeah, we're looking for that.
Yeah, that would be great. So I guess it's time for us to, let's see here. No, not yet. Not yet. So one other thing then, with the Owen Sound Field Naturalists, how long have they been in, I don't want to say operation, existence? Have they been there for a while, or is this a relatively new thing?
No, the club original members, I think, were gathering back in 1988, and they formed the club in 1989. So what that brings us up to about a 34-year history now. Yeah, so again, it was, a naturalist club, the idea being they wanted to advocate for nature, educate the public about nature, but to get people out there. So the club tagline is knowing nature better. That's what we're after.
What's that?
Knowing nature better. Sorry, you were frozen on my end there. Did I freeze?
Here.
Yeah, you came through and chopped up there. So
yeah, that's okay. So so you were talking about the history there. Can you repeat that again?
Yep. The original founding members got together, as I understand it, back in 1988. They formed the club in 1989. The mandate was to advocate for nature, to educate people about nature. And then the tagline they adopted was knowing nature better.
Oh, knowing nature better. And I imagine it started with just a few people.
Yeah, I would assume that as well. I didn't look at what membership numbers were back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, but yeah, I think the club has grown steadily.
And when did the young field naturalists come in?
Oh, I did see, I think it was somewhere around 2002, perhaps.
Oh, okay. So they've been there a while too.
They've got about a 20-year history, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more then about the scholarships.
Oh, well, this is new. Again, members in the club wanting to promote nature and the environment to young people, particularly high school students. So the two scholarships that have gone out, one to the Catholic board and one to the public board, are just going to be posted for this year. We are also certainly willing to fund a scholarship to the French school, Saint Dominique, I believe.
Oh, yes.
But again, their numbers in high school age are very low, and the number of kids they have graduating each year are pretty limited. So if there was a candidate from them, again, the club would be interested in providing scholarship.
Right.
So yeah, they're $400 scholarships. It's I guess a little bit of a token amount
Well,
in today's standard, but yeah, it's money for the student.
that's right. It'll buy their a book. Yeah, it'll buy a book. And well, it does. I mean, every bit helps these days for a child student to go off to post-secondary. And you said that there was a funding to go off to a school camp.
They promote a youth summit.
A summit.
Again, this is through Ontario Nature, getting kids out to spark interest in or further their interest in various topics. And again, I've never attended anything like that, so I can't give you details on it. But that happens in September, and so the club will cover the costs for a student to go to that. The travel and the hotel accommodation, I think it's sort of in the $300 amount.
Do you post that on your website?
You've got me there again. Is it on the website? I'm not sure. Again, another club member has looked after that. So
Yes, so they know whether or not to even apply.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a summit for, what did you call it again?
They call it a youth summit. So
Youth summit.
yeah, I think it's, probably gratifying for young people to be able to gather with others of the similar interests.
With similar interests.
And they can enjoy the company of those who
like-minded kids.
Of their
Well, thank you very much for joining us here on Community Close-Up. It was a great conversation. Enjoy your retirement whenever that happens. But you will continue to be the president of the Owen Soundfield Naturalists until whenever you decide not to be. I encourage people to join the Owen Soundfield Naturalists, or at least check out their website and maybe go to one of the talks. Join us here again on Community Close-Up, and remember, it's your community, so take part. And check out all the Rogers programming. Bye for now.
Thanks, Sharen.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Hi, I'm David Sherman, host of Politically Speaking. Join me for my next show, where my guests will be from the Blue Water District School Board. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
Calling all journalism students, Omni Television is once again awarding scholarships to qualified students pursuing a career in third language journalism.
I was overjoyed and honored to be